Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make beats that are easy to rap on to send out for placements, as well as how I structure them, mix them and actually send them out. A lot of artists will choose your most simple beats, so I actually make my beats simple on purpose. But remember, simple doesn't mean easy to make, so before anyone comments that these beats take no skill to make, that's cap. I'm now going to break down a beat that I recently got placed with MAFTski featuring G Herbo, which is a perfect example of a simple but a fire beat that is super easy to rap on.
Your whole plan backfire for thinking this chicken, this ain't Cane's. I told all you niggas don't say my fucking name.
As you can see, there's literally 8 sounds in total. Melody's super simple. So we start off with some strings from Expand. Literally just the same for both sections. Then I've layered that exact same pattern with some brass trumpet kind of sound. And then we've got classic sound in Nexus, Saturn Rings, which is like a synthy ambient sound. And then the last part of the melody, I've just got some brass stabs. So this is in my stash kit. My Anomaly stash kit link is in the description. All the drums are from there as well. And then it changes a note here. So this is what it sounds like all together. So the 808 I've used is a Zay spin, so it's a mixture of the Zay 808 and spins. Super simple. Hi-hat pattern. It's the first time actually I think in my major placements where it wasn't just a 2-step hi-hat pattern. Basically it is, but just with a few more breaks just to add a bit more bounce. This little laser thingy. And there's no effects at all on any of the melody or drums, literally just EQ to take out the low end, and then on the master just a soft clipper as usual. So the way I've structured it, I've just got it starting with the drop straight away. I've got no intro or nothing. I sort of feel like that makes it hit harder. The chorus, the verse, well the verse is this and then this is the pre-chorus, and then just the same. I always finish with the chorus and have it fading out. So I'll play it all together.
Lollipop.
So the way to keep these simple beats a bit more interesting is just adding in and taking out different sections. So although the melody doesn't switch up too much, by taking out these strings for the verse just makes it sound a bit more empty. I personally like it when the verse sounds empty and then the artist can sort of just go crazy. The vocals are like the main focus. Then I bring back in the strings. And then the pre-chorus just to create a bit more tension before the actual drop. I've just got the 808 and then the brass. And this is the part where G Herbo comes in. MAFTski is one of my favourite artists to work with too, so this beat was perfect for the two of them. I'm so glad the song happened. People seem to love it, so yeah, it makes me very happy. I also did a video where I broke down some of the other beats that I've got placements with, if you want to go check that out. And you can see for all 5 beats, the 808 pattern is pretty basic. Every beat has a 2-step hi-hat pattern other from one which just has like a couple rolls. I just stick to what works for me, and that's simple beats. So now I'm going to make a beat from scratch and just talk you through the process. I'm trying to do just a generic trap beat that a lot of artists could hop on. Sometimes it's easiest to start with chords and then build a counter melody on top of that. I just click in random notes basically and see what sounds good. Maybe we'll space it out like that. There's a lot of reverb on that sound, so I'm just going to shorten the notes, I think. I'll change the sound, it's not right for that kind of pattern. Add half time, because I'm not really happy with how it's sounding. So you could literally just have that looping over. And it does get confusing when you're making the melody in halftime. It just messes up where the notes play, so it can get a bit confusing. I'm gonna do double halftime. I don't know if it's what you call that, 4 times. I guess we'll stick with that for now. Just take the low end out. It'll sound better once we start adding in a counter melody, so I'm actually going to do this in piano just so it's quicker. I'm just going to be honest, I'm not happy with how this is sounding, and so, you know, it's normal, not every beat goes how you want it to. I like this part here, so maybe we could go down 1 more semitone. So I guess we'll just build off of this now, make some more melodies that will go well with this. Okay, change this piano to something in analog again. Analog Lab and Electro X are probably my go-to, and Nexus. That's weird, I kind of like it. I'm just going to go to the drums now to get the vibe of it, and then we can just add like a top line melody or something. If you're struggling to finish a beat or you're not quite happy with the melody, just go ahead and move over to drums and then just try and add stuff after. Instead of just a 2-step hi-hat pattern, we'll add in a couple rolls. And also I like to add in some lower notes in the hi-hats to make it a bit more interesting. Sometimes it's just random as well. There's a way quicker way of doing it, but I like to make life difficult for myself. I like adding in the snare like that, just at the ends, creates a bit more bounce. Add in an open hat. It doesn't really need it, but I can just hear it in the beat. These drums could be a bit more simple, but I guess not every single beat just has a 2-step hi-hat pattern and whatever, you know, you can spice it up a bit, not that it's that spiced up. So I like to have the intro pretty empty and then have most of the sounds drop in the chorus. Maybe take that one out. Then before the verse I usually just take out the hi-hats here like this, so it just hits like, and then drops. So we're going to take out, I like to have the verses pretty empty, so very easy to rap on, and someone like Future, Lil Baby, Drake, they could just go crazy on this, all sorts of flows. And then sometimes I like to take out the hi-hats for the pre-chorus and just have the 808 and maybe, yeah, the clap. And then again, before the chorus hits, have it like that. And then just copy that over again. And then finish on the chorus. Here's the final beat.
Lollipop.
My main purpose was to make a beat that a lot of artists could rap on, so I think I've done that. So when sending out, I send this version always mixed to 0 dB. You want it as loud as possible. Always give the beat a name. That's important, to give it a name so that the artist can identify, like, oh, I've used this beat called blah blah blah, or it can even spark inspiration and they can name the song like on the beat. So say if I name this, see, coming up with a name can even be harder than coming up with a bloody beat. Let's just name it Sky. I'd always title it Sky, then 150 BPM, you always put in the BPM, and then in brackets, prod Lollypopbeatz, or I just do @Lollypopbeatz. If you've made the beat with other producers, you do X, Lollypopbeatz X, whoever. I usually send it by email. On average, I send between 6, 7 to 10 beats. I can fit in about 6 before the size limit. The size limit in Gmail is 25 megabytes. Then after that, you'd add, like, I put them in using Google Drive. Artists don't tend to like Google Drive. Make sure you allow anyone with the link to view, because then you don't get those annoying access requests and stuff. And I don't use a mail tracker or anything, so I can't see if the artist has opened up the email. You just got to hope for the best or hear back from them. Another thing is, you could be sending artists hundreds of beats and never hear a single word back from them. You could ask, have you used any beats? And you think, oh no, they haven't used any, they don't like any. They could have recorded on every single one. They just don't tend to want to tell you for some reason. You can send beats as a Dropbox link, so you just have a folder with all the beats in there. Some artists don't like Dropbox, some prefer just directly to their email, and then some don't like Google Drive, so that's why I try to send as many as possible just in the normal email. Or if you're close with the artist and they prefer beats straight to their phone, then just text them the beats. A tip I'd say is always add in a beat that you think they're not going to want to use. If it's so far off of their usual style, then maybe don't, but so many times the artist has gone for something different. You think, oh, I'll just chuck in this beat and see if they like it, and they a lot of the time do pick that one. So that's my process, that's what works for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram @Lollypopbeatz. Thank you so much for watching.